Another thing the salt represented was the token of communion with God. So what is that token of communion now? The token of communion with God is your worship. When people get engaged and people get married, they bring a ring as the token of their marriage, as to seal the partnership, to seal the agreement to marry. That token of communion with God and token of friendship and partnership is your worship, your service, that thing which you do to advance the kingdom of God. That is your token of communion. You need to serve God with a heap of salt to show him your sincerity, to show him that you're serving him in spirit and in truth. You can't be lackadaisical about it. You need to serve God with reverence. Give him your best. When you're serving God, don't think that you're serving your pastor. Don't think that you're serving your church member. Don't make sure that in your service, you're fellowshipping with God and God accepts your service. Give him the best. Give God the best. Pour out your heart. When you are going to church to worship God, dress like you are going to meet the king. Dress like you're going to meet the president of Nigeria. Dress like you're going to attend or you're going to meet your bridegroom. Whenever you find yourself in service to God, give it your best. Make sure that you're giving your best so that your token will not be rejected. So that ring that you're offering to God will not be rejected. Finally, salt is the emblem of sincerity. Let us read Numbers chapter 18 verse 19, and it says, all the heave offerings, the lifted out and kept portions of the holy things which the Israelites give to the Lord, I give to you and to your sons and your daughters with you as a continual debt forever. It is a covenant of salt that cannot be dissolved or violated forever before the Lord, for you, Aaron, and for your posterity with you. Salt is the emblem of sincerity. You know, posterity, sincerity. It makes the bond and the covenant you have with God to be forever, to last forever. So when you're giving something to God or you're doing something to God, you're performing an active service to God with all sincerity and posterity in mind. You are going to attract a covenant of salt with God. You are going to attract a covenant that is going to be sincere and last forever and ever with God. And God doesn't go back on his promises. This month of July, God has promised us that the sacrifices our fathers and our forefathers, our mothers made attracted a covenant of salt. The salted sacrifices that they made, whether they are alive or they are dead, the promises God has made to them for their children and children and generations unborn, God is going to remember them in this month of July. And also your sacrifices. God sees all and knows all. He searches our hearts and knows the genuine sacrifices that we have made. Like presently, I have a covenant that God made with me that I am aware of right from my junior secondary school days, and God has kept that covenant till date. He has not failed me and he's not going to fail you. So let's watch out and believe that in this month of July, God has remembered our salted sacrifices. See you soon. Shalom.